Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the guys from Convoy. How you doing, Dustin and Jonathan?
Good. How are
Awesome.
you?
I'm doing great, man. So I've been wanting to ask this question since our conversation last week. So if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that I believe that the government, right? FA, FHA, whatever, all these government acronyms. I'm drawing a blank this morning. I need more coffee. My thought is sometime this year, worst case 2023, they're going to bring in a standard 40-year amortized product to owner occupied. My opinion all along was they were going to bring these to owners and not give them to investors. My feeling was they were going to do this because they want to give owners a chance. They could pay more, amortize longer, payments lower. They basically can beat investors because housing's been on fire the last couple of years and probably not slowing down this year. So what do you think about the government bringing out a 40-year product aimed at owner occupants? Do you think that's possible, or you're like, not possible? You guys have been in the game a while.
I personally think it's definitely possible. Just as you alluded to basically make it easier for owner-occupied homeowners to afford these prices that we're seeing right now on homes. And then I do not see any way that they're going to roll this out for non-owner occupied products. You can already see with these the full loan level price adjustments. If you're in this industry, we're going to see that rolled out officially April 1st, where it's essentially the pricing for a non-owner occupied property, the FHFA setting.
That's the one that got me confused. FHFA. I was just, my brain was all, So give us more on that. Because again, people don't realize what's going on. There's definitely going to be a focus on making it easier / cheaper for owner occs, which means more expensive and harder for investors to get government loans. Is that fair?
Yeah, we definitely think so. And I mean, the way that everything's been going and the way the government's been, kind of running around, I think it's hard to say no, nothing will happen, at this point, because everyone knows that housing prices are the highest it's ever been, right? And every single day it seems like we are hitting a new high. Almost in different markets. And I think that really weeds out the people that can qualify for loans. And right now, if the government wants to do something about affordability, right, and they want to be inclusive to everybody, right now, if you go a 30-year fixed on, a home, and if you go to California, you try to put 3.5% down on $1 million home, your loan is still like almost $1 million. So there has to be a way to bring that payment down so people can afford the home and actually get in and the American dream, right, of owning a home. And if that's the government, what their government's trying to push, and they want to push consumers and all that, then I think that's something that's definitely within the cards. It's not out of the picture at all.
Yeah, I mean, I studied the consumer cost of capital for well over 30 years now, and I'll just tell you what I think is coming. We got a hot CPI read today, right? 7.5. I've been calling for a 50 basis point move in March. I think it's now a lock, but we'll see. Bank of America is calling for 11 rate hikes between now and the end of next year, taking the funds rate to nearly 3%. Loans are going to get more expensive. Interest rates higher. Hurts affordability. You get higher rates into higher prices, that really cracks affordability. And I think the government's answer is going to be to give owner occs 40 years, which again, I'm very apprehensive of, because again, you're paying so small principal the first decade or so. But in reality, if that's the only way to get on the property ladder, which has been a huge thing for my life, I guess, but I just don't know how to feel about it. Because the other thing is a 40-year mortgage owner occ, all it's going to do is it's going to raise prices. I mean, it's all it's going to do. It's like, what are we doing? It's like taking a car loan from 5 years to 7 or 7 to 10. That's why freaking SUVs cost $100 grand now, because you can finance them over 7 or 10 years. Crazy times. So again, this is I think standard government loans are going to be owner occ focused, 40-year true, 40-year amortized. That's why your product, when you guys brought this to investors, I'm like, you're ahead of the game. I've never heard of it. It's I hope you, I mean, did you guys see any demand from the one rental at a time family last week?
Yeah,
Yep.
we've spoken with a lot of your subscribers and
They're
got a
nice
lot-
people, right?
Yes,
Everybody's, yeah, that's one thing I think about the one rent sell, because everybody's, the people that will reach out are doing this business,
correct.
right? There are a lot of YouTube channels out there that got a bunch of what I call spectators. What I've seen from one rental at a time is like, oh, that could work. And then they call and they ask you smart questions and they're really doing this business. So I'm glad to
We
hear
really
that.
appreciate the feedback too, by the way, for everyone. And I mean, they're very well educated. A lot of your viewers are very well educated. So,
Awesome.
a part of, our jobs is educating the client, but, they already know a lot of the answers, and all we have to do is kind of line it up so it matches with what their goals
Yeah,
are.
figure out what deal they're on, figure out who they are. It's
Exactly.
Thank you. I'm every day the one rental at a time community makes me smile. So that's awesome. So let's paint the vision of what the process looks like. So they watch one of our videos, they send an email to privateclient@convoyhomes.com.
Home loans.
Damn it. I got to write that down.
Almost.
You know what? Dustin texts me so I don't forget.
I will.
And then, so, okay, they send you an email, you arrange a phone call. What kind of stuff should they prepare to talk about? Probably property address, price points, maybe what they think their credit score is. What should they be prepared for?
Yeah, I mean, if you're inquiring about the investment property and you've obviously done this song and dance before, we're going to ask the very generic basic questions: credit, loan to value, address, aside from what your personal income situation is, because we do not, once again, need to know or care to know, unfortunately, for this product, what you're doing income wise on your own.
Yeah. So I want to repeat something there that I didn't hit in the first 10. They could be self-employed.
Correct.
Self-employed.
Yeah.
They don't even have to be working.
Yeah.
You can,
I like it. Again, it's on the asset, truly is on the asset, right?
correct.
Okay, very cool. So again, they do that. So let's assume that phone call goes well. They say, we want to move forward. What happens next?
We'll usually send an email to the client with, a link to a secure portal that we have for our clients. They can fill out the more sensitive information on there and upload documents to the portal.
Yep.
And it'll be like a means of communication there. And then we'll just take the package and package it up, make sure everything is kosher, check credit, all of that, and then submit to the lender.
Okay, so then you submit to the lender. Let's just say that takes a week because you want to validate, you want to pick the right lender. You have lots to choose from.
Yep.
Will they pay for the appraisal upfront or after you arrange the lender? I'm just trying to get the process for people.
The appraisal will be ordered upfront most times, just because the time frame for appraisals we can be depending on where you are, right? Yeah. Because it's not as long as it used to be, but it's still a long time,
Agreed.
So we want to make sure that everyone's loans get done in a timely manner. So upfront is probably best.
Yeah, no, I believe me, I would recommend that because you don't want. I've had people where the appraisals, well, most people, the appraisals, the long pole.
Yeah,
it's getting a little better, but still it's longer than it should.
Exactly.
Okay, so then it gets in the process, the loan goes through, appraisal comes in as expected. Let's just assume no surprises. We're talking maybe kind of 45-day start to finish. Is a fair estimate?
That's a fair estimate.
Yeah. Okay, could be a little faster, could be a little slower. Every deal is different, but I just want to paint the vision for folks. So this is so exciting. Any other kind of closing thoughts, or maybe one more time on the email since I screwed it up the first time?
Yeah, privateclient@convoyhomeloans.com.
Very cool, folks. And they will text me that, so I put it in the show notes and don't mess it up. Dustin, Jonathan, thank you for all you do. I look forward to the feedback. And yeah, I got feedback from many folks that spoke with you, and they had pretty rave reviews. So thank you for doing that.
Great to hear. Thank you.
All right, guys, take care.
All right, bye.